welcome to Phoenix Dreams. Today we'll just continue with where we had stopped last time. We were discussing character, and I had mentioned to you that there are two elements that make up a human entity, a human identity. One of them was character, and we will talk about the second one today. And as most of you might have guessed it, the second element that makes up a human identity is nothing but personality. So character and personality together make up a human being. And in fact, we'll be talking a lot more about character and personality in the subsequent videos. The relationship between a character and personality is like that of an iceberg. So most of you must be aware that what you see in the iceberg outside above the sea level is just about 10% of what it actually is. 90% of the iceberg is underwater. So that's the relationship between personality and character. The character is that part of a human being which lies below the surface of the water, and the personality is the one on top, that what you can see. So let's understand personality. And normally I stress on the fact that whenever you are explaining something, you should first explain it and then give an example. But I'm going to make an exception to that rule today, and I'm going to give you an example to understand personality, and then moving to discuss about it. So for me, personality is Chris Hemsworth dressed up as Thor, looking like Chris Hemsworth, sounding like Chris Hemsworth, going, "Bring me Thanos," and that makes women and men around the world go weak in the knees. That for you is personality. So personality, like many people might feel, is personality is what you look like, and to a certain extent what you sound like. But that's not all that there is to personality. If it's a cinematic universe, Marvel or otherwise, if it's on the screen, these two aspects are good enough to form personality. What you look like and what you see, what you hear. But there are a lot more aspects to personality than the visual and the auditory. So what it really comprises of, and that's my opinion, is personality is how you get perceived by another human being with whom you're interacting through all five of that person's senses. It is the image or perception you create in somebody else's mind about who you are, and that image is normally long lasting. So let's understand which are these five senses of the human being which create a perception in another person's mind. So we've spoken about the first two. The first is vision, what you see. The second is auditory, what you hear. The third is olfactory, what you smell through your nose. The fourth is gustatory, what you taste. And the fifth is the sense of touch through your skin. And to a certain extent, even internally through your emotions and feelings. But we'll take that part a bit separately when we talk in detail about emotional intelligence. So these are the five senses of a human being which really create a perception about somebody else in their minds. So let's talk about these things in detail. We'll take them one by one. Talking about first vision. So vision is not just how you look. There are a lot of components to vision. How you look, your attire, what you dress like, your body language, which comprises of your posture, how you're sitting, whether you're closed, whether you're laid back, whether you're attentive and focused. Then it also is your facial expressions, whether your facial expressions are pleasant, whether they are neutral, they are bored, or they are hostile. The smile on your face will make a lot of difference to convey what you really want to communicate. Your eyes also play a very important role. Where are you looking? Are you looking in the person's eyes? The eye contact is important. So all of these visually, which the other person captures through his eyes, is one aspect of personality. A major one, but one of them. The second is the auditory sense, what a person hears. So not just the words you say, but how you say those words communicate a lot of things. In fact, it's the second aspect, how you say, that makes a major impact to creating an impression in somebody's mind. I'll give you a simple example. I'll say something to you, and you tell me what is it that I'm really ending up communicating to you. So here we go. Today is the happiest day of my life. Now, my words said that today is the happiest day of my life, but my body language, the tone of my voice, the general demeanor in which I was talking was quite the contrary. So, even though I might be saying today is the happiest day of my life, I was actually communicating today is not really too much of a happy day. In fact, there's a lot of sadness that I'm feeling right now. So, what you say isn't as important as how you say it and the body language associated with it. So, that's the second aspect of the auditory function. The next is now, as far as cinema theaters and cinema screens go, these two are enough. So Chris Hemsworth with looking like Thor and sounding like himself and looking like himself can create a fantastic impression of a personality. I'm sure he does well in the other aspects as well, but we can't really feel that. So let's move on to the third aspect, which is the olfactory, the nose. So it's about fragrances and odors that you carry along with you when you move into an interaction. If you have pleasant or neutral, pleasant is better, fragrances are better, but neutral will still be okay. But if you carry odors with you, they're not going to create a very pleasant experience for something, and those experiences are going to get associated with your personality. Then you have your sense of taste. Before sense of taste, let's talk about the sense of touch. Now, the sense of touch will be more impactful in personal communications, personal interactions, because there you tend to have a smaller person space, so you tend to get more intimate, more body contact happens. So the sense of touch makes a higher impact on creating impressions. But even in professional situations, a simple handshake makes a lot of difference about how your hands feel, how firm they are. Your confidence levels get communicated through that. Are you or are you not confident? Are you nervous? Is it a handshake? Is it a finger shake? Is it a clammy fish shake? So a lot of impact gets made there as well. Moving on to the taste, it's not going to directly impact your personality because you're not going to get tasted or eaten. We're not in a cannibalistic world yet. But yeah, what happens is if you meet a person and you go out with that person, you treat them to dinner and drinks, and you do well as far as your choice of dinner and drinks is concerned, then again the association plays an important role. The tastes that he has encountered and experienced during that interaction stay associated with your impression in that person's mind. So indirectly, yes, the gustatory senses also make a difference towards your personality. Now I'll stop here because there are a lot more things to talk about. We still haven't answered the question about changing or impacting character. Again, I'm throwing an open question to you guys about personality, and can personality be changed or does it remain the same? Now, in my subsequent videos with my opinions in this might open a can of worms where I have some very different views about it. I am going to reserve those thoughts for now. I want you to comment on what you feel that over a period of time, can you change your personality? Remember, personality is not what you really are. Personality is what is the kind of perception or image that you are able to create in people whom you interact with. So that's all I have for you right now. Put your comments in the comment section. I would love to hear from you and know what you feel about this. Till then, let's call it a day. If you like what you're watching, please like, share and subscribe, and see you soon. Thank you very much.